Good evening, I'm Sean. Cbc Sports Night. Despite losing their unbeaten record, Chargers women are still out front after the first round of the Goddard Enterprises Limited Division 1 Volleyball League. The Chargers played and won their final first round game last night against Omega XL Deacons to go into the break with a 5-1 record on 24 points. Meanwhile, defending champions Pan American International Insurance Warrens are just 2 points off the leaders but with the same record. Now, Phoenix Security Services Carlton, on the other hand, they are in third on 17 points, continuing to show their improvement after finishing in last position last year. CBC's Akim Klinkit reports.
Burger King Clapham Torners versus Carlton in the pink. Torners on the attack. Akila Phillips doesn't spike, but still gets the point with the push into the backcourt. Carlton responded with the short attack, close set, and Tamisha Trotman gets the point down the middle. Rhea Bryant then gets up from the backcourt, picks out a spot in Turner's backcourt to take the first set 25-23. In the second, Carlton came out with more energy. Big block on the right in Turner's face. Carlton wrapping up the second in quick time, taking it 25-13 as Narissa Barr reads the play and slots the ball in the Turner's backcourt. Carlton also going on to take the third as well, 25-22, as the game 3-0. Second matchup, Club United started on the defensive end. Dana Braffett leaps well for the block. That didn't deter Warrens, however. Anicia Wood gets up for the point through the middle. Wood then repeats the move as Warrens would seal the first set, taking it 25-22. Warrens also won the other two sets, 25-21, 25-19, to take the game 3-0. In the third women's game of the night, Deacons in the green started aggressively. Shantae Seal on the left hammers home her spike. Seal then receives it out on the left again. The ball tips the blocker's fingertips to pick up the point down the line. Seal with an entire highlight reel for herself in the first, producing the dink this time as Deacon took the first set 25-22. In the second, Chargers reviewed their tactics and got back to their regular programming. Deshaunte Adamson puts it over on two to get the point. Deacons on the attack now, set out to the right, but Julia Lewis doesn't elevate enough, finding the net. Chargers fighting for every point as Sharon Baval comes from the left side, leaps into the dink, which falls in Deacons' front court as they took the second, 25-22. Chargers ended the first round on top as they went on to win the other two sets 25-17, 25-12 to complete the come from behind win 3-1. Meanwhile, in the lone men's game on the night, it was a bottom of the table clash between Chargers in the red and Foundation United. Foundation with the quick attack, but it goes wide. Darian Seal made sure the next chance Foundation got, he put it away as he attacks from the left and brought fire to the backcourt. Chargers took the first two sets 28-26, 25-22, and were looking to do the same in the third as Ashan Jordan burst through the Foundation blockers with his spike. But Foundation would take the third 30-28, putting up a strong fight as Seal goes cross court with his spike. However, there was little to smile about for Foundation after that, as Chargers would take the fourth 25-20 to win the game 3-1 and exchange places at the bottom with Foundation. Akim Klinkit, CBC Sports.
Well, 16 goals rained down in the BFA Premiership over the weekend. In the triple header that was at Wildy, the defending champions Weymouth Wales were the biggest winners with a 7-0 whipping of Mark's Auto Spears, Pori Springs. Now, Clayton School of Tonic, Notre Dame, and Britain Hill, they played to a 3-all draw, while Barbados Soccer Academy beat UWA Blackbirds 2-1. UWA Blackbirds in the yellow with a free kick in the 40th against the Barbados Soccer Academy. Fantastic ball, better header by Alvin Chapman, 1-0 to UWI. Second half, corner to BSA, another fantastic header off the cranium of Jamil Goodman for the equalizer in the 69th. Another corner 8 minutes later, and a carbon copy of the previous goal Goodman gives the Barbados Soccer Academy the win with that one, winning 2-1. Defending champions Wales in the green against Spory Springs. Romario Yearwood wins a penalty contest with the keeper in the 10th minute, 1-0 to Wales. Wales again, a ball slotted square across to Ray Snide, who puts it in the onion bag, 2-0 to Wales. Next half, Shaquille Boyce with a lofty cross to Walton Burrows, beating the keeper's desperate dive. That's 3-0 to Wales, and Spory Springs in trouble. Wales looking for another goal, brought down by a tackle, and Snide with a clever drive into the onion bag for goal number 4. But that scoreline didn't stay that way for too long. This is goal number 5 in the making, easy indeed for Shaquille Boyce. Yearwood advancing hard on the right flank, and what does he do? Finds Robert Williams, who slots it home for goal number 6. Wales wanted another, denied by the keeper, and I bet he was feeling really good after that, right? Wrong. The ball finds Yearwood about 30+ yards out, and he fires a missile untouched and unseen by the keeper. 7-0 to the Wales. Notre Dame in the blue against Britain's Hill, attacking on the right. The cross to Marcos and Hill in a hurry to put the Dames up 1-0. Across from the left, this time it's goal number 2. Yes, it is, with a defensive blunder gifting the Dames a goal. And Zico Edmi added a third after that. And now Britain's Hill on the charge, stab square to the quick feet of Romario Small in the 34th to open their account. Britain's Hill with a chance to equalize with this penalty. Zekiga Samuel, the successful converter. It's now 3-2. Here's Britain's Hill with a free kick and a chance to equalize. The curler into the box off the toes of Tristan Aline. In the end, Britain's Hill 3, Notre Dame 3. Well, it has been a rough couple of months for the Barbados cricket franchises. The disappointing results in the Caribbean Premier League, the T20 tournament by the Barbados Tridents, have been followed by a below-par effort from the Barbados Pride in the just concluded Regional Super 50. So what has gone wrong? Well, CBC's Damien Best has this perspective.
Let's put this current drought in the win column into context. This year, the CPL squad was made up of mainly Barbadians and a handful of international big names. The batsmen, well, they never fired, including the overseas entries, and as a consequence, we finished dead last, winning just 2 out of 10 matches. Along comes the Regional Super 50, and that presented a different challenge, with the Barbados Pride losing their best players to West Indies duty. Without Shea Hope, Jason Holder, Shane Dorrich, Kemar Roach and others at their disposal, the mission was always going to be difficult. The Pride selectors did the next best thing, expose some of the young talent waiting in the wings and throw in a few veterans in the mix. Therefore, the result should not surprise anyone. It takes time for some of the young prospects to grow into regional cricket. Just look at the other teams. Jamaica, who were frontrunners in Zone B, had the benefits of a Chris Gale. In Zone A, TNT Red Force, they had the services of Kieran Pollard and Dwayne Bravo, to name a few. In the Pride camp, Jonathan Carter, with 28 one-day international matches and over 100 List A games under his belt, led the batting with 351 runs at an average of 50 and a high score of 82. Captain Shamar Brooks, who was out of form for the tournament, was the next best with 267 runs and a top score of 60. And rounding out the top 3, another senior player in Kevin Stout with 188 runs and a high score of 66. So if the senior batsmen are not scoring the bulk of the runs, then you can't expect the juniors to produce miracles with their limited experience. You have to give them time. Now the bowling was led by Shamar Springer, who picked up 16 wickets at an average of 18.41, but there was still no real sting about the attack. Kevin Stout, with his medium pace, was the second best bowler in the camp with 10 scalps. Meanwhile, pacer Keon Harding, who played 1 match and grabbed 3 wickets, is sitting in the pavilion. The selectors will have to explain that one. Where do we go from here? Well, the Pride will have to regroup and refocus on recapturing the regional title next year.
Belgium's Xavier Malassé showed his class by defeating Mexican Daniel Garza in the second edition of the Barbados Cup exhibition match at the Wilde Tennis Center. Now, Malassé is a former French Open doubles champion, while Daniel Garza is a former Davis Cup star. CBC's Damon Best reports.
Celebrity tennis match featuring Mexican Daniel Garza in the black hat versus Belgian Xavier Malassé. Both players clearly packing a few more extra pounds since retirement. The 6'1" right-hander, Malassé with the serve, Garza into the net with the forehand. But Garza showed he was up for the showcase. The backhand from Malassé met on the volley by Garza, the big fella with a spring in his step. Then he shows his versatility, trades backhands, then picks his spot for the winner down the line. More straightforward this time around, looping serve, another error from Malassé. Well, this was one of the more entertaining rallies. The forearm shots from Malassé pushing Garza away from the baseline, then coming to the net, forcing the angle. Mistake from Garza. Well, it seemed like the jet lag was out of his system and Malassé was cooking with gas. Swerve on the forehand. Garza needing a compass and longer limbs to reach some of these darts. Another winner. It was really very easy for the Belgian. So he gave the ball boy an opportunity to test his skills. Tell you what, the kid had some ability. Garza obviously being kind with the returns, but the winner was a lob dropped into space. Good stuff. Malassé eventually finishing the job in this one-set exhibition match. 6-3 the scoreline, defeating Garza. Backhand here into the net. Good entertainment at the Wilde Tennis Center.
And speaking after the match, President of the Cup Series, Carl Hale, said the idea behind the annual exhibition is to expose local junior players to professional tennis.
We're trying to create more Darien Kings on the boys and the girls side, so the players get to see international talent here, not only on the junior level but the pro level. And also there's a series of tournaments after this that are close in the region, St. Vincent and Antigua, that's more affordable for them to travel to those than to go to the United States or Europe.
Well, he also says they are working on providing more academic opportunities for juniors.
This is my 4th trip to Barbados. And it's a beautiful island. There's a great tennis facility. So there's a lot of opportunity here for players. One of the things we're doing with the tournament is that we're offering a scholarship to a U.S. college. So the association is going to work with us to try to get more opportunities for players here. I think you have a lot of talent. I think you have the ingredients with Darien being the anchor of being a top pro. He is a legitimate top pro, top 100 in the world. And then you have a lot of a really strong player base. Windy skipper Jason Holder says he might bat a bit higher in the order in the 5th ODI against India on Thursday. He made the comment after yesterday's loss in the 4th match, a match in which he was the only batsman to come to grips with the Indian bowling. So Holder gets some extra time tonight.
We didn't play well enough today. I guess we allowed them to score too many runs, and then obviously we never got going when we batted. The application definitely wasn't there, and we lost wickets up front, and then we were never able to build any momentum.
Yeah, a couple of heartbreaking runouts as well of crucial players.
Yeah, runouts are something that you just don't want in one-day cricket or limited overs cricket for that. 2 of our better players up front as well, and it really set us back up front. It was a lot to do to rebuild to get to 370 odd. So, in the games that these, you try not to get run out here and try to build a partnership up front, which we never got.
You were there right till the very end, batting against, so you know what people are saying about you, right? When you bat in this fashion, they want Jason Holder to go up the order. It's something that you've heard many times before.
Yeah, I've been obviously hearing it for a little while. You know, obviously the structure of our team, you know, probably need to look at it for a bit. Yeah, obviously I want to get the order as well. You know, so you know, probably in the next game could see it.
Hey, here's what's going on tomorrow, October 31st. It's round 4 of the Guardian Group Herman Griffith Primary School's cricket competition with 21 matches around the island. They all start at 10 a.m. And we have secondary schools volleyball, netball, basketball. The netball beginning at 3:15, while the other two disciplines will start at 3:30. And the BWU out to see the netball competition continues at the netball stadium. That bounces off at 6 p.m.